Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night. I hope you will enjoy today's video, so let's just get into it.
These are things that I don't think a woman should pay for in a relationship because math. Not just because she's a girl, but literally because math. If a man can afford to live on his own before you move in with him, why would you pay his rent? And then if you are living with him, I don't think you should pay for groceries either. You're gonna go in there, you're gonna turn this bachelor pad into a home. How much does a personal chef cost? Like, the least that he can do is pay for the groceries. Dates, self-explanatory. It costs more for us to get ready for the date than it does for them to pay for the date. Vacations, he was gonna book himself a hotel room anyway. You're making it more enjoyable for him. You're probably gonna end up buying things for that vacation that cost way more than the actual cost of the plane ticket. It's not that hard to buy another plane ticket in addition to his own, so it's the least he can do. Honorable mentions to the fact that he's probably making more money than you, because we tend to date people that are older than us. So if he's older than you, he's making more money than you, and also he's a guy. Guys make more money than women do. Having a woman is a luxury, not a right. It is easier for a girl to live with a girl than it is for her to live with a guy. So if he wants a girl to live with him, he should pay for it.
Because of math, was it? That's great, we'll use math. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. I don't care how much makeup you use before and after dinner. I am now paying double than what I used to for groceries. That means all my expenses doubled ever since you moved in. Why would I put myself into that situation when I can just not? What you're offering, I can just buy it from the street corner. And yeah, you guessed it. It's gonna be way cheaper for me than what you're gonna cost me. So why would I bring you into my home when I can just not?
What are the signs that the relationship isn't worth fighting for? I'll tell you the biggest sign. And I learned this when I watched this man who's a divorce attorney talks about his cases and what he thinks about marriage, what he thinks has the chance of working out versus like what didn't work out. And he asked the woman, because he was representing her, and said, what was the moment that you realized that the relationship was done? She said that he every morning would always make sure that her granola was refilled. Not even have to ask and just always refill it for her, right? He'd write these little post-its too for her when he was leaving. Even after all these fighting, he'd still do it. The day she knew that the relationship was over was when he stopped filling the granola, stopped doing the letters because he stopped caring. The moment you realize the relationship isn't worth fighting for is when you realize that that person just doesn't care. You're just tired, you give up. It's the giving up part. She realized in that moment that he just didn't have anything left in him to keep the relationship going.
Even when asked, she failed to answer how was she fighting for that relationship. She didn't. He was the only one fighting for that relationship. Even after they fought, he was still feeling that granola. And in the meantime, she was waiting for the princess treatment. And what did she do when she was no longer receiving that princess treatment? She filed for divorce. I'm sorry, but I just don't see that as fighting for that relationship.
I say this all the time, especially on TikTok. You know how to be the one that got away, everybody? Get away. Yeah. Be willing to walk away.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to the woman way in her 40s who can't even get a date if she wanted to. I could be wrong on this, but I think in order for you to be the one who got away, you need to have meant something. Getting away after just one day makes you forgettable. Makes you at best that one from that night. But what it doesn't make you the one who got away.
We're Aries. I barely have the patience to even make this video.
And I have zero patience to listen to it. We may have been born at the same time, in the same month, but we are not the same. Stop comparing us with you.
The only reason that men say women and children first in tragedies, like when a ship sinks, is so that they can hang back and kiss each other. Wake up!
Yeah, no, that's not the only reason, there are a few. But the main reason is, after being married to one of you for 20 years, they will choose to stay away and embrace the cold darkness.
It's an honor to be with me.
Yeah, no, it's not. You can even change the definition of the word to whatever suits you and it's still not.
You accept a coffee date that actually shows that you accept the bare minimum, and that shows how you see yourself.
And this is the type of clickbait bullshit that's going to keep you single for a lot longer than you'd like to be. So here's a reframe. How about, instead of judging people and their value based off if you go to a coffee date versus a dinner date for the first time, why don't we look at it this way? I'm incredibly busy. So to spend my time to leave the house to get ready and to go out for dinner just so I can then find out that I don't like this person so that I can excuse myself, as she said that I should, and then leave. Why would I put myself through all of that when I have an incredibly busy schedule? Sleep schedule is really important. I don't drink alcohol. So instead, if I'm going to go run an errand and I say, hey, let's meet for a quick coffee, let's get to know each other for 30, 45 minutes and see if we have a connection here. And if we want to, we can pursue more. What that means is I value my schedule and I value myself. Because according to her, if you accept a coffee date, you're saying that you're accepting the bare minimum. But what she forgets is that when you go to coffee, you have no distractions. You don't have alcohol, you don't have dinner, you don't have a romantic light, you don't have a facade. You get to see this person for who they actually are. So maybe we should strip away all of that. Because if every time you keep going on a dinner date and then you keep saying, oh my God, they're so amazing, you get enamored by them and then nothing happens after that. So why don't you do what works for you? If you want to go on a hike for a first date, great. You want to go for a coffee date on a first date, great. Stop listening to clickbait. Take care of yourself. Because your value isn't determined on where you go for a first date.
And I never thought she, of all people, is gonna be someone I'm gonna agree with. But hey, she's right and I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. All that BS about accepting the bare minimum is just that, BS. All these queens looking for wealthy men, well, you can have a wealthy man who got tired of being taken advantage of and now he gave up on taking you to dinner and he's gonna go for coffee dates. That's a man you're saying no to because coffee dates are beneath you. Well, good for you. And guess what? Maybe even wealthy men started going for coffee dates because all of you queens started bragging about how you go on foodie dates.
Men are not attracted to the independent alpha woman as it's made out to be online. Men love women in their feminine. And guess what, girlies? I used to be one of you. I used to be the alpha girl that is so independent and so strong and doesn't need no man. I ended up attracting only feminine men because I'm not allowing any man to be able to provide for me because I'm stepping into his role. I am the leader. I am the provider. I am so in my masculine. As women, we're naturally in our feminine energy, but more often than not, through traumas or painful, hurtful experiences, we have to step and we are forced to step into our masculine. This can look like being a control freak, protecting yourself. If you're in charge, if you're the leader, if you're the alpha woman, if you're so independent, you protect yourself from the outside hurt that could happen again. What happens is you're shutting yourself off from the world, you're stepping into your masculine energy and you're attracting the wrong men into your life. Because guess what? There's an interplay between the dynamic of feminine and masculine. So if you as a woman are in your masculine energy, guess what you attract? Feminine men.
Oh no, well, we wouldn't want that for you now, would we? Nah, but that's a nice excuse to have now that you're in your 50. I was independent and I was in some energy, masculine, whatever. Nah, you were just controlling, annoying, with a horrible personality or personalities, and you were that hard to be around. You were not attracting feminine men 30 years ago because there was no such thing as feminine men 30 years ago. You were only attracting men who was willing to put up with that behavior in order to get in your bed. They did and they left. That's why we have none around.
There is nothing I hate more than when a couple walks into a shop and I'm talking to the boyfriend saying, oh, what can I get for you? And the girlfriend is just staring at me like this. It's a part of my job. I don't want your man. And so then I purposely try to make eye contact with the girlfriend to show hey, I don't want him. But she doesn't say anything. He just orders for her. And so I can't just look at you when he's trying to order.
Yeah, but you see, it's all because men are insecure, not you. And that's quite an easy solution to your problem. When they first walk into your store, start talking to the girlfriend, not to the boyfriend.
What's the worst thing to do at a funeral?
What?
The corpse.
And this is gonna be the end of the video. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.